Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today back at the Northeast Florida Real Estate Show. This is a live stream that I've been doing for some time, but now I'm bringing it back, and I have a new co-host with me. I'm going to go ahead and bring him up to the scene. If you know me personally, you know my husband, Joseph Cotta, with Supreme Lending. Joseph, can you hear me?
Well, I can hear you loud and clear. Well, good afternoon to everyone.
Awesome. I just want to make sure.
I'm hoping that you're having a great Saturday morning.
We are.
Midday, Saturday, midday, Saturday.
Okay. So we've got a full show prepared for you guys. First of all, fair disclosure, Joseph and I, we are a married couple. We're a real estate family here, and we are bringing you today some information about the local real estate market, some amazing info about financing too. If you're thinking about selling a home or buying a home, this is info that you would want to know. And I love that you guys would stick around with us for a few minutes. We'll try to make the live stream as long as it takes to give you guys the valuable info. But yeah, thank you for hanging out with us today. Here's what we have. I'm going to go ahead and go in first, Joseph. I was thinking I'll go ahead and review the market stats. And then I'll let you share what you've got prepared for us, which is the Hometown Hero information, right?
That would be a great idea.
Okay, so let's do that. Let me go ahead and share my screen, and bear with me because all of this is happening live as I'm doing this. So let's make sure that I can do this properly. Okay. Joseph, did the image populate? Are you seeing my?
Yes, it's very clear, very legible. Go ahead.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so this is what I wanted to share with you guys. This is going to be kind of like a dynamic, market update. And these are some of the things that I track weekly to help my buyers and sellers. When you have this information, you're able to make better decisions when it comes to buying and selling real estate. So by lining up with me, I keep track of all of this for you. But today I wanted to kind of give you a behind the scenes look and show you guys what's been happening in the market. And this, by the way, is not my opinion. It's not something that I felt like today. This is actual data. And where I'm drawing my data from is Domos Analytics, which is one of my favorite tools to use. It's part of what I get with my membership with local MLS. So it's really great information that I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys today. Okay, so there's a few things here. We're going to look at weekly trends. So what I am going to be looking at is the market activity for the previous week. And then I'm going to show you guys some of my filters here. This is going to be specific to single family homes. So I'm not including townhomes or condos or land in any of this market update. Single family homes in Duval County, okay, across all different areas in Duval. This would include the north side, the south side, areas like Avondale, the Duval side of Nocatee, Arlington, Port Caroline, Murray Hill, all of those areas across all subdivision price points in zip codes. Okay, but here's where I'm getting at, okay? The median sales price for a single family home in Duval County now is $340,000 for a single family home in Duval County, the median sales price. Here's really what I'm getting to. This is the point, okay? I wanted to see during that week, that previous week, okay, week ending 6/22, okay, June 22nd, the number of closed sales that we had for that week for the whole county across all areas and price points is still streaming. Oh man, come on, work with me. And it's like, okay, good, it came through. Okay, so 209 were the total number of sales that we had for that week for single family homes in Duval. Okay, so 209 homes left the market. Okay, and now check this out. Okay, while 209 left the market, take a look at how many came in. Please stream be nice. Okay, good. 437 new listings entered the market on that same week. So here's my point, guys. For every one that left the market, more than two, like 2.2 something, came in the market. And by taking a look at these little details, you can know which way the market is moving. it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that for everyone that left the market, 2 new ones are being put on the market, is that now we're going to have more inventory. But stick with me, because if you're buying or selling, you would want to know what that means for you. Okay, so right now I'm just presenting the data across Duval County. So we determined there were 437 new listings that came into the market, while there were 209 that left. So we're having more listings enter the market. Now let's take a look and see what's happening in St. Johns County. So the same thing, the single family homes, but this time I'm going to go ahead and select St. John's. Let me see. I'm going to deselect all and go to St. Johns County. Okay. Now this would include, again, all different areas: the World Golf Village, Palencia, St. Augustine, St. John's, all of that. Okay, across all subdivisions and zip codes and prices. Here's some interesting facts. Let's take a look at exactly the same thing. Now the median sales price in St. Johns County for that week was $607,500. So we know that St. Johns County is generally higher priced than Duval when it comes to single family homes. And that's just the median sales price, okay? But let's also take a look at how many homes were sold during that week. Like actually sold, what I mean by sold is not just a signed contract, it's an actual closed sale. Like, here are your keys, now you move into your new home. So during that week in St. Johns County, there were 114 closed sales, right? Then take a look at how many entered the market. This is my point. All of this to say, look, 193 entered the market. So again, we're seeing a trend here, right? We're having more listings come into the market than the ones that are leaving, by nearly 2 for everyone that leaves. So this is important information. I know it's probably a little bit too detailed for most people, but I personally love real estate. You can tell that I have a passion for this kind of stuff, because this is the kind of stuff that I track. But I track it for my clients, because when you align with me to help you buy or sell real estate, I look at all these little details to make sure that we make the best possible decisions by taking advantage of the market. So here's where I'm going with this. Now I'm going to go ahead and go back to StreamYard, and I'm going to take this out. Hey, Joseph, are you still with me?
Yes, I am. I'm watching the data. So, I mean, is it fair to say, like, what, in simple terms, Angela, that for every one sold, there's 2 new inventory? So it's 1:2, basically, right?
Yes, the answer is yes. That would be fair to say, and thank you for pointing that out, because that's what I wanted to say. For every one of these homes that are closed, 2 are entering the market.
Okay.
Here in North Florida. So that tells you that if this keeps on happening, where we will be a couple months from now, 3 months from now, 6 months from now. But this is the most important part, okay? I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to tell you guys the most important part was what you can do with this information. Okay, if you are on the buyer side, okay, more listings to you, now you have more selection to choose from. You have more opportunities to possibly negotiate, because there is more to choose from. And I would say, depending on the price point too, because obviously, certain price points move a lot faster. But yeah, you do have more inventory, you have more opportunities. Sellers might be a little bit more willing to entertain more concessions, possibly. So that's what it means for a buyer. Now, for a seller, if we know that there's going to be more competition coming down, 2-3 months from now, okay, why would you want to wait? Okay, if you are a seller and you have been thinking about putting your home on the market, you would probably want to get ahead of that trend and do it now, so you have less competition. Does that make sense, Joseph?
Yes, it does. Like, you know what? Because come to think of it, if it's like really trending this way, it could be like, okay, it could change. It could change to 1 property sold and then 3 or 4 coming in, and then now that's going to be a heavy competition. That's exactly what you as a seller, you really want to avoid that,
As much as you can. Obviously,
As much as you can, yes, indeed.
different. But if they're thinking between like, oh, should I put the house on the market now or should I wait? Well, knowing that there's going to be more inventory coming, like for everyone that leaves the market, 2 more are being put in. Then if you wait, you might wind up with more competition, and that's not necessarily something that's going to be good for the seller, because now that means longer time in the market. You might have to be more negotiable. So the market is shifting, and I love to see the dynamics of it. I just really like it. So I hope you find it as I do. But if you don't, then that's okay. You don't need to know all the ins and outs of it. You just need to line up with someone that does. So if I can help you through the process of buying, selling, or investing in real estate, my phone number is crawling across the stream here. And you're welcome to just give me a call, send me a text, say, hey, I'm thinking about selling. What do you think about this? Or I'm thinking about buying. What about this? The consultation is completely free. You have nothing to lose. And then you will gain, first of all, clarity. Second of all, resources. Resources, which I'm about to get into, because that's Joseph's side, the resources. He brings in the funding. You're going to need the money to buy the house. So he's going to give you guys some resources. But yeah, so you wind up, after meeting with him, you wind up clarity and resources. Who wouldn't want that? That's obviously the same. Okay, all right. Enough for that right now. And then now you've got the spotlight, Joseph.
Well, yes, I'm going to be on the buy side. Okay, the fact that we are on the last Saturday of June, this Hometown Heroes program will start on July 1st. Okay, for this program, this is a down payment assistance slash it will help you fund your closing costs as well. Because you know what, per household, if you're eligible, you might be eligible all the way up to $35,000, and that's a big help. Okay, with the 640 credits. And it really pays to consult, because you know what, if you are on the fence right now because of the interest rate, forget about interest rates. Like, you know what, interest rates, they go up, they go down, they're gonna fluctuate. But you know what, the inventory on real estate, in terms of, let's go back to the basic of supply and demand. If it's still low supply, like it's simple. The prices will just go up if it's low on supply. I mean, overall, I'm talking about nationwide. Because come to think of it, United States right now, nationwide, we are under 3 million homeowners. Like 3 million under in terms of real estate. The inventory is pretty low. We need more home buyers. We need more home buyers. Basically, we need more home buyers, and we need more inventory to tap into. So that's really good, Angela, that your ratio is 1:2.
Yeah, one thing about that, Joseph, is that real estate is hyper local. So what's happening in my market here in Northeast Florida, what we just saw, is what's happening in Duval and St. Johns County.
Yes.
But that's how real estate works. It's actually hyper local. So what you're saying, what's happening nationwide,
yes,
could possibly be different. There may be possibly a shortage of inventory nationwide when you take under account like other states. But what we're focusing on here is Northeast Florida.
Northeast Florida, yes.
Okay. It's all about Northeast Florida. So let's reel it in, baby. Let's talk about the down payment assistance. This product is hot, guys. Okay. This is the kind of stuff that people need to know, because if you have been thinking about buying a house and you're wondering, like, how am I going to put together the 5% that's required for a down payment, or how am I going to put together the 12, 15 grand that's going to be required for the closing costs, this is a solution for that, guys. This could actually do it for you. It's called the Hometown Heroes. Tell us about it, Joseph.
Yeah, okay. This is okay. Let's be specific. Okay, let's just focus on the Sunshine State right now.
Yeah.
This is Florida Housing Finance Corporation's Hometown Heroes program. So this one here, you can avail all the way up to $35,000. I'm giving you the highlights. $35,000. Okay. And this one here applies to FHA, conventional VA, and USDA programs. So let me give you an example. If you are a first-time home buyer, and then you have a score of 640 and above, okay, and then you might have an issue with 5% down payment if you're eligible for a conventional loan. But that 5% of the sales of the sales price, you can have that as a second lien, and then whatever excess you have, you can apply it towards closing costs. Because again, we'll go back to the amount of all the way up to $35,000.
Right, and I think it's up to 35,000, but the actual number that is determined by 5% of their loan amount. Right?
It depends, because you know what, an FHA loan will have a 3.5% down payment if you're eligible for FHA. That would be 3.5%, and then for VA, well, that's 100% financing.
Yeah.
And guess what? You might be eligible for that and still apply those funds towards your closing cost.
Yeah.
It's really a win-win situation. Yeah.
Absolutely. And even that is really specific, like real estate is hyper local. I think all of these things have to do with each individual scenario. So, I mean, just know that this is the potential, but every situation, like, depending on which loan you qualify for, because it sounds like it could go with conventional FHA, VA. So, you could do with this assistance several different things, and it might even have to do with the loan program that you're going to be financing through what you do with that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and if you are in the market, basically, if you're on the fence, okay, let me reiterate that. You know what? Don't be afraid. Consult with me. Let's assess your situation, because you might be eligible all the way up to 35,000, and that would be awesome. Because you know what? This one here, this program has a total funds of 100 million. But the last time they rolled this one here, it was done in 2 weeks, exhausted in 2 weeks. So if it starts on July 1st, you better jump in the bandwagon. So you know what? So you can secure those funds, because it might get exhausted like in a short period of time. That's I cannot guarantee.
Yeah, so what happens is this is state funded, so everyone in Florida is pulling from the same fund, right?
Yes.
And I think it's worth mentioning. It sounds like a big number. I mean, it's $100 million that is going to be accessible here on Monday. 100 million, right?
100 million.
What does that mean?
Well, that's like Dr. Evil.
Oh, okay.
But no, it's a joke. But honestly, 100 million is a lot of money.
That is
about when is it going to be exhausted? In 2 weeks? In 1 month? In 6 months? We don't know.
Right. So the last time that this was available, it did just run out really fast, because the point that I was trying to make is like there are for sure buyers in South Florida, in Central Florida, in Southwest Florida that are all pulling from the same funds, right? So
yes, people from different states too, Angela, moving here to Florida, and as long as their company has an address here in the state of Florida, and guess what? They would be eligible.
Oh, interesting.
Reloads,
okay.
yes.
So there's going to be a very high demand for this, and this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
This starts on Monday, so you don't want to wait. I mean, today would be an ideal time to get pre-qualified for this and get everything rolled in. You do need to have a contract, I think, to lock in the funds. So we would get to work really, really quickly. But this can happen, guys. It's a down payment assistance program. If this is something that you have been considering, definitely reach out to Joseph, and I have his information scrolling through the bottom of the screen.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. Is there anything else that you want to share?
That would be all for now, because you know what, with Supreme Lending, it's not just where everyone's doing the Florida Housing Hometown Heroes program, but the Supreme Lending is licensed in 50 states plus Puerto Rico, okay, which is a U.S. territory. So you're talking about, if you're not eligible for this, perhaps we have another program for you, because we have a wide array of programs. I'm talking about rehab loans, new construction to permanent loans, FHA, VA, USDA, you name it. Rate buy down, buy down programs, 3-2-1 buy downs, 2-1 buy downs, all of those. Bond loans. Oh my God! If you want a home equity line of credit, we have everything. We have everything. I'm talking about every program. Every program is basically I can customize depending on your needs.
Okay, so maybe next week we can share with some of the other 100% financing programs that you offer.
Definitely, yes. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So we can do that. Look forward to sharing that information with you guys. So just to recap, today we covered what's happening in the market here in Northeast Florida. We determined that real estate is hyper local. Every stat that I share with you guys is actually not something that I came up with. It's an actual fact of the number of homes that have been sold in the breakdown of the counties. So ask me any questions that you might have. You're welcome to call me, text me, send me a DM. And the same, thank you, Joseph, for sharing this information about the Hometown Heroes. I really feel that, there may be someone out there that could really take advantage of this, and they may not even know that's available. So now you know. And if you know of anyone that would be interested in it, please share it with them. Even if it's not you personally that's going to be the one buying the house, maybe you know that someone at your church is buying the house, or maybe someone at school or at work, or we're all so connected that I really appreciate you guys sharing this information. All right. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and do our happy dance and go enjoy the rest of our day. I do have a lot of other real estate things that I need to take care of. We have family coming over tonight, so I'm excited about that. See you all very soon.
Well, thank you so much.
Go ahead and give you farewell. All right. So let me wrap it up with the proper send up. Until next time, remember to be kind to one another, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Take care.